28 آگوست 2002 کابل، افغانستان. گروهی متشکل از 7 مقام عالی رتبه در جستجوی یکی از رازآمیزترین گنجینه‌های جهان، طلای باختری، به یکی از غیر قابل نفوذترین گاف صندوق‌های جهان می‌رسند. 7 کلید حاضر است و درون قفل‌ها چرخانده می‌شود. در بزرگ فولادی باز می‌گردد. انبوهی از شمش‌های طلا پیدا می‌شود، اما گنجینه باختری هیچ کجا دیده نمی‌شود.
There had been a lot of allegations that this wonderful collection from antiquity had actually been looted.
بررسی‌های آتی گاف صندوق یک محفظه مخفی داخلی را آشکار می‌کند.
They go in, then they find the greatest treasure of this part of the world, the King Tut, equivalent of Central Asia.
It was a day of joy for us because we were able to open the vault and verify that all the boxes in which the collection had been stored were actually in place.
تمام کشور برای ربع قرن درگیر جنگ بود، اما طلاها سالم ماندند. گنجینه دقیقاً همان جایی است که نجیب الله رئیس جمهور در 1989 آن را پنهان کرده بود.
Despite all the upheavals and turmoils, the international aspect of the war, the domestic aspect of the war, the extreme chaos and the anarchy that prevailed in Afghanistan, thank God nothing happened to the vault of the central bank. It really was a very, very special day. It verified that the cultural heritage of the country was there.
It shows that the Afghan spirit lives on.
Very impressive. I mean, some of the refined jewelry type work that was done on these, it's quite impressive. So the boxes were verified first, then we invited a committee that is painstakingly documented each and cataloged it.
طالبان لحظه به لحظه در موقعیت بدتری قرار می‌گیرد. با حضور آمریکا در افغانستان، طالبان ناگزیر از فرار از کابل می‌شود. مردان شجاع و میهن پرست گنجینه منحصر به فرد را حفظ می‌کنند.
Two groups really stand as heroes in this case. One are the staff of Kabul Museum, who in the critical period of late 1980s persuaded the then officials to remove the richest part of the cultural heritage to the palace vault. And second are the employees of the central bank, who have continuously strived to make sure that the collection was not made available to those who would subject it to pillage or sale or personal abuse.
This was my conscious duty and my responsibility to not let them enter. I was not afraid. They were not Afghans.
هر کس که از جریان با خبر بود تلاش می‌کرد تا طلاها را از نابودی نجات دهد.
It was intentionally made as murky as possible so that the Taliban themselves would be unaware of the location of the Tila Tepe gold. And by keeping the Taliban in the dark, of course, the rest of us were kept in the dark as well. That's a great anxiety that we, in hindsight, were willing to bear as long as the treasure has remained safe.
The tragic figure in all of this would probably be Najibullah, who was accused in 1989 to have sold it to the Russians before he locked it away.
I think the fact that nothing has happened to any of the items that we have at the vault during all the upheavals, when lots of things were stolen from the country, that I think testifies to the fact that this is a very well protected and very secure place. I wish the government had transferred all the items from the Kabul museum.
طلاها بسیار با ارزشند، اما ارزش واقعی در فرهنگی غنی است که نمایانگران هستند.
Such items testifies to the age of this land, of this people, and the civilization, various civilization that have prospered here and unfortunately have also over time declined. Of course, it's a national heritage and a national treasure for us that can testify how far back our history goes and sheds light on that.
The period when the Greek Bactrian kingdom was destroyed and the Kushan kingdom has not been found was called the Dark Period because the archaeologists knew nothing about it. Tilia Tepe now throws a very bright light onto this problem. Now you can say that this period is not so dark.
تخریب فرهنگی به دلیل جنگ یا غارت در سراسر جهان اتفاق می‌افتاد، اما در هیچ کشوری گسترده‌تر از افغانستان نیست.
We find all the time newspaper reports giving us indications of how much has been lost, for example, from Iraq as a result of the Iraq War. All of that is a tremendous tragedy. But it pales in comparison, really, to the amount of damage that has been done, the amount of destruction that has been deliberate among the antiquities of ancient Afghanistan.
برخی اعتقاد دارند که طلاها نفرین شده است و با خود تاریخی طولانی از مرگ و نابودی به همراه دارند.
It is definitely cursed. The whole tragedy of this treasure is that 25 years had passed. We are in the 21st century and practically no one has seen it.
Find one surviving piece, much less an entire treasure, is like thinking that your entire family had been exterminated in some horrible Holocaust, and then to discover that no, not only is your brother still alive, but indeed your brothers and your sisters and your mother too. Some are lost, but you're awfully thankful for anything that still remains.
تا زمانی که فرماندهان و شورشیان هنوز در سایه ها کمین کردند، ثبات در افغانستان همچنان شکننده است. جامعه بین المللی مجبور است صبورانه منتظر اولین نمایش کامل طلاها باشد. وزیر فرهنگ کشور برای نمایش تاریخ غنی افغانستان مشتاق است، اما از دزدیده شدن آن می‌ترسد.
We have a lot of problems. Terrorism is still around. The government is not still strong enough. We don't have strong institutions yet. We need to have an army, a police, and a judiciary. So we'll keep working till we have all that.
So overall, this presents both a bridge in terms of a connection to enable citizens all over the world to benefit from this unique act of creativity, because it stands out. You know, it's not ours alone. It really belongs to the world. In that sense, as part of our common heritage.
کاوش‌ها و حفاری‌های غیرقانونی که در افغانستان شایع شده، شانس توسعه دانسته‌های تاریخ افغان را از میان می‌برد.
Afghanistan is one of the few archaeological heavens because so much remains to be discovered. And we hope that hundreds of archaeologists will come, work in an organized fashion, and pull together this fascinating history. I think we offer something parallel to Egypt, Turkey, India and China in this regard.
در اکتبر 2004 فرانسوی‌ها کار آلفرد فوشه را که یک قرن پیش آغاز کرده بود دنبال کردند در بلخ.
We are in much better condition to find what Fouché did not find.
We're not only rebuilding the state in a democratic manner, but are also rebuilding our culture, rediscovering history. And archaeology is going to be a very important part of this. And this collection is a very important asset in multiple ways.
The future of Afghan archaeology, I hope, will be a bright one. There might be other icon-nooms that we can excavate in peaceful circumstances and systematic and scientific circumstances that will fill out the great blanks that still remain in our knowledge of the ancient Bactrian kingdom.